learning constraints, right? So let me share my screen. Am I the only one is hearing the noise, or you are also getting? Okay, let's start. That's why I don't like this room. Okay. So we already started learning constraint. Now somebody texted me on the WhatsApp by saying that, sir, why can't you share the same link daily? The thing is that out of the how many students attending this class, many students have not installed Skype applications and have not registered their name and all. So what's happening when I'm repeating the link on the daily basis, then you are joining as a new joining as a guest user on a daily basis. So Skype is having limit. When 80 plus impressions took place on one link, that link gets expired. So many times what happened? I share the link. If I share the old link, and if 80 plus impressions, it passed, then suddenly that link will not allow new students to join in that meeting. So that's why I'm sharing new link on a daily basis, and I will assign somebody today who can download those videos and who will upload on the Google Drives. I will get everyone's email ID and I will give you the access of those live class recorded videos. Okay. So don't worry about the recordings. I'm doing this for the 11 a.m. batch. Almost that batch is about to end. I was thinking to give the access of those 11 batch live classes recorded videos. But if you want for your batch, I will assign somebody to download those videos daily, upload on a Google Drive. I will collect your email IDs and I will give you the access of those live class recordings. Okay. So daily, if we are finishing some class today, then I will download that video and I will upload them. Okay. Yeah. But I will share daily in new link only because I have faced many problems with my previous batches. Many students have not installed that Skype application. So what happens if I share the link? Half students will join the meeting and half it will say that link is full now. Then I have to create again the new link. Again, I have to start from the scratch. So it's better to have a new link daily. If you guys want, you can even download by your own, right? After completing the class, open the link, scroll up little, you will get the recorded video, download it, and store in your laptop by class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. So that it will be easy for you to access also. And it will be easy for me to manage also. Okay. Yeah. So we have learned primary key constraint. Just start from the basics. So what is not null constraint? Can anybody tell me? Okay, so not null constraint will make sure that in that particular column there will not be a single null value present. Okay. Next constraint is a unique constraint. Unique constraint will make sure that that particular column will have unique values only. Can we give one null value? Yes, we can give one null value. Okay. Next is a primary key constraint. Primary key constraint is a combination of unique plus not null. Okay. Now foreign key we will learn today. Check constraint. We can pass any condition there, and while inserting value, it will check the condition. If it is fulfilling the condition, then only it will insert the value, else it will throw us error. Got it? Yeah. Next is a default constraint and identity constraint. I think these three constraints are remaining: foreign key, default, and identity constraint. Now, what is foreign key? I will tell you. Suppose I am having two tables. Let me open my Excel sheet. Suppose I am having two tables. Let's take one example. Yeah. So you are going to the college. Okay. While taking admission, they will take some details from you and they will store it in their college database, uh, like you will get one roll number for each class. Got it? Then your class name, your first name, your last name, your email ID, your date of birth, and all. Okay. That is a column one. Suppose you are studying in a final year of engineering, for example, last year you are studying. So in the college database, they will be having database stored for all the branches for last year, right? Now college started one canteen service, and in that canteen service, they are giving 50% discounts to the college students. Okay. Now in the canteen students, like suppose they are giving the discount in the canteen, that means they need to get some reference from your final year database, right? So how they get it? They get it by using the reference key. So let's see one example. That example will be more complicated. Okay, let me take the example for Zomato. Okay, suppose Zomato is a company. Now user is having different interface. Is it or not? Suppose the user interface is this. Okay. So what you do when you install this Zomato application, that time you will enter your details first, right? And Zomato will assign you one customer ID. So this is the Zomato customer ID that is assigned by the Zomato, for example. Okay. Then it will be followed by your first name, then your last name. Whenever you are making changes in an application in the address column will get updated. Okay. Suppose these are the details from the user interface we are getting it. Okay. Then the restaurants, will that restaurants will get all these details? Suppose there is one date of birth column, for example, let's see. Excel is little slow. Suppose here is one date of birth column. Then here is some what additional details Zomato ask you. Mobile number. Then location, I put it in the address. Okay, let's see. These are the details Zomato is asking us while registering to their app. This is the user interface, let's say. Now this is the hotel interface, from which hotel we are ordering the food. Now what hotel will see? Hotel will see your customer ID, got, and your order number or the order name. Order name, and let's say order number here. Okay. Now next, this is a delivery boy interface. Okay, suppose this is the delivery boy interface. And in the delivery boy interface, what is it important to him? It's important to him. Is your customer ID important for the delivery boy? No. What is important for him? Important for him is the
Customer name,
number.
customer name,
Okay. Then
address, mobile
address,
number.
then mobile number, and then address. Address we have order number, address, mobile number, and order value. Let's say. Let's say order value. Order number will include that thing. Okay. So now if you see here, customer ID present in the main database. Okay. So when we are creating a Zomato account, that time we will get some customer ID there. Okay. Now this hotel interface also, we are just taking this hypothetical example. Okay. This is not actually happening there. There might be some different things happening. Okay. And for the delivery boy also, we need to give him order number and all. Okay. So all these details that we can see here, customer ID, first name, last name, address, DOB, mobile number, order name, order number, order value, everything will be stored in some central database called as Zomato. Okay. Now what this hotel interface need? Hotel person need customer ID, then order name, order number, and let's say order value. Let's say order value, one more column they need. Okay. So hotel interface need customer ID, order name, order number, order value, and delivery boy needs order number, address, mobile number, and order value. Okay, let's see this. Now, at the very first time, everything will be stored in this Zomato database. Okay, separately we are not going to insert these details for the hotel. We are not going to insert these details for the delivery boy. Do we insert? No. So what happens when Zomato is giving order information to the hotel interface? Then it will take this customer ID from here if they require. Okay, then it will take mobile number from this. To the delivery boy, he needs mobile number, address, and order value and order number. So the order number that will be generated will be given to this hotel interface also and to this delivery boy also. Mobile number will be given to this delivery boy. Means what are we doing? We are storing all our data first in the central database called as Zomato. Or Zomato is storing all the details in a central database called as Zomato. Now, while giving that data to the different vendors like hotel or to that particular delivery boy, they will not ask us to enter these details separately. What they do, they have created a separate table called as hotel interface. When we will insert all these details here and we will click on order food, that time required details will go to the hotel interface and required details will go to the delivery by interface. That means you can see here customer ID is present in the central database called as Zomato. So in the hotel interface, when they are creating a table for the hotel interface, there is also customer ID present. So they will not separately enter customer ID. What they will do, they will give the foreign key reference to that central database customer ID to the hotel interface database customer ID. Got it? So all the customer IDs that are present here, suppose customer ID 1, his last name is suppose X, first name is X, last name is Y, address is suppose Z, date of birth is 1, and mobile number is suppose 10. Okay. Now this customer orders some food and it assigned to the some XY, he ordered from some XYZ hotel. So this customer ID will automatically given to this hotel. Order name, suppose you have ordered paneer. Order number, it will be assigned automatically. That will be the unique. And order value, suppose it is 210 rupees. Okay. Now to the delivery boy interface, this order number will automatically assign to him 21. Then address, if suppose we have given the Z address, mobile number is 10, and then order value is suppose 210. Got it? So everything we are entering first in the central database called as Zomato, or everything is getting stored in the central database called as Zomato. Now we are splitting our data. We are giving restricted access to the some other our vendors. Now we will not insert the customer ID one. It will take foreign key from the Zomato database customer ID to the hotel interface customer ID. So that if we inserted one here, then all the required details it will be pasted in. Okay. Then here also customer ID, it's not important here, but suppose the order number 21 is there. For 21 order number, there is one customer ID. For one customer ID, mobile number is 10, automatically it will reflect here. Then address is there, automatically it will reflect here. And order value is 210, automatically it will reflect here. So foreign key reference means what? Suppose we are creating many tables or we are giving different access to the different person. That time, instead of inserting all those details again and again, what we do, we will give the foreign key reference for that particular column. One more example, suppose you are final year of engineering student. Now your all data is stored in your college database, right? Your college canteen said that final year students are leaving the college in next 2 months. So we will be applying 10% discount or 50% discounts for only final year students. Got it? And they have given you some suppose card is there or identity card is there, electronic identity card. When you will scan, then they will understand that he is a final year student. So what that canteen will need? Canteen will need your access card number and all, right? So that canteen person will not, call everybody and insert that access card number in his database. What he will do? He will take a foreign key reference from the college central database for only final year student. So automatically, when you will scan your ID there, you will get the 50% discount. Got it? Yeah. So let's learn technically here. Foreign key constraint. Where is it? Yeah. So foreign key constraint is only applied or can be applied to the primary key column. Can be applied to the primary key column, not to the general column, only to the primary key column. Because primary key means, suppose if I am giving one, suppose this is the one customer ID. Now, whenever I will fetch where customer ID is equal to 1, as it is unique and not null, I will get all the records for that customer ID. But if I give the last name Y, now there might be many students or many people whose name starts with Y or whose name is Y. Got it? So will I be able to get the particular information or particular records? No, I won't get. So that's why to use the foreign key reference on any column, that column should be a primary key constraint column. Got it? Can you close that window backside, please? Somebody please stand up and close that window. So suppose here I have taken one more example for the foreign key. I am having table called as employee table, and in the employee table I am having employee ID. Employee ID is storing 1, 2, 3 records. Then name I am having Dinesh, John, and Smith. Okay. Next I am having table called as employee date of birth. Okay. And in the employee date of birth table I am having employee ID and date of birth stored here. You can see employee ID 1, 2, 3 is here. Here also employee ID 1, 2, 3 is there. And in the employee table, I'm having to the employee ID 1, name is Dinesh, employee ID 2, name is John, employee ID 3, name is Smith. In the employee date of birth table, for employee 1, date of birth is this. For employee 2, date of birth is this. Employee 3, date of birth is this. Okay. Now, if I see employee ID 1 is for the Dinesh. Now, what is the date of birth for Dinesh? This is. Okay. For the 2 employee ID, name is John. Date of birth is this. Now, these are the two different tables. But in both the tables, employee IDs are same. So, if I want to join them together, how can I join? I can give this employee ID as a foreign key reference so that whenever I will talk about the employee ID 1, I will understand name is Dinesh and date of birth is this. Okay. So now in this child table, the employee date of birth table, I am taking this employee ID as a foreign key reference. Means whenever I will write here 2, then it will refer to the job. Whenever I will write this 3, it will refer to the Smith. So this employee ID, I am taking a foreign key from this employee table in this employee date of birth table. So the employee table will be called as parent table. And the table that is taking a foreign key from the parent table is called as a child table. Got it? Yeah. So let's create one table and let's understand it. Okay. So let's create one table, create table foreign key test. In this foreign key test, I'm inserting here ID, giving data type as a integer, and we already have primary key test table created, right? Let me execute it. Okay. What was our database name? John. Okay, this one, right? So let me execute this. This is the primary key test table I am having. Okay. So what am I doing here? I am creating a table foreign key test. In the foreign key test, I am giving the first column name as ID, followed by the integer data type. Now what I need to do here, I want to take reference for the employee ID, sorry, a reference for this ID from the primary key test. So I need to make this ID column as a foreign key constraint. I have to give. So how can I give foreign key constraint? I will explicitly write here foreign key and references. Now this ID column should refer to the some other column, some other table, some other column, right? So foreign key references to which column it references? ID column from the primary key text. Got it? So how we can give the foreign key? We will write the column name followed by the data type. Then we will write foreign key references. References to the primary key test table column ID column. And second column I am having here date of birth and date. Let me execute this. What's the problem? there is already object name called as prime. Okay, I think I already created this. Okay, so let me insert these details. What is it say? Okay, I already created this. That's why I'm able to view all these details. Okay, so when I will select the primary key test, I'm having one, Dinesh, two, and John. And whenever I will select this foreign key test, I will be having employee ID one, date of birth this. I'm given here null. So for the null, it is assigned to this. For the null, it is assigned to this. Just give me a minute. Foreign key tests. One row affected. Then foreign key test. Yeah, I executed twice, so this got twice. Okay. Then let me insert this null value and let me see whether can I see. Got it? So what is happening here? If you see, whenever I will fetch records for this employee ID one, as in the primary key, employee ID one is assigned to the name Dinesh. So this date of birth is getting stored for the Dinesh. Got it? Just understand how we can give this foreign key reference. Foreign key reference, primary key test, and the ID column. Now I think while creating this primary key test, yeah, great. That's it. Write the syntax. If there is any doubt, let me know. What is the use of foreign key? To give the access to the some other vendors. Okay. Primary key test we already created. Just create this foreign key test. Just create this, insert the values, and view the table. Done. Remember this line properly. Column name followed by data type. If you want to assign the foreign key, and foreign key will always reference to the some other table and some other column. Now condition, if I want to give the foreign key or I want to refer my foreign key to the primary key test table ID column, then this ID column should be which? It should have primary constraint, primary key constraint. Okay. Foreign key cannot be applied to the not null constraint data, unique constraint, or default constraint. Okay, let's go for the next constraint. Check constraint we already learned. Next constraint is a default constraint. So what default constraint does? It helps us in inserting the default value to a column when there is no value specified explicitly during the insert. That means, suppose I am creating one table, and while creating one table, you think that you may not have that value present for everyone. You think that you may not have value present for everyone. Then what you can do, you can give some default value there. That means somebody is not inserting any value in that particular column or in that particular cell, then it will take that default value. Got it? Yeah. Suppose I'm taking information from you and I'm asking you to upload your resume there, for example, and you don't have resume prepared. Now you are not going to upload there. So if you are not uploading there, then in the default, I will write here no resume uploaded. Got it? If you upload it, I will get the resume. If you haven't uploaded, I will get the answer there no resume uploaded. And how am I getting it? By using this default constraint. So let's create one table called as create table default test table. In this default test table, I am giving the first column as ID, followed by data type integer. Second column I am giving name. For the name data type varchar, and I'm giving the character length 100, and default constraint I'm using here default no name provided. That means while inserting the values in this default test table, while inserting the values in this default test table, if I haven't given any name in my name column, then it will take no name provided as a default value. Got it? Yeah. Even if you want to write any other string, you can write here. Okay, yeah. Then I inserted the values, insert into default test ID, select one Dinesh. So that what will happen in the ID, I'm inserting one as a one ID, name in a Dinesh. Second, I'm inserting default test ID to name I'm giving here null. So I'm passing here null value, okay? So it will take null. It's not like that it will not take null, okay? Let's execute it. Now let me view, already I have created, I think, okay. You can see here. For the employee ID 2, I have given name as a null. So null means nothing. It's not like that. Null means null only. Null will not store any value, but null itself is a value. Got it? So here we are giving default constraint to the name column. That means if I am not passing any value in the name, then it will write here no name provided. But here I am writing null. So that's why to the ID 2, it is giving me null here. And in the third, while inserting to the third, insert into default test, here what am I doing? I am taking only ID column. I am not passing value for the name. I am taking only ID column and I am giving ID is equal to 3. Now, am I passing any name here? No. So that's why for the ID 3, in the name, it is giving me the default value, no name provided. Got it? So when to use this default constraint? When we are not sure about some particular entry. We are not sure that everyone will insert that or not. Then we can use some default value there. Got it? Yeah. So write this, create this table. You can give any table name, okay? But give the same table names. Why? The way I have prepared all these modules, module 1, module 2, module 3. So when in the module 4 or module 5, we will be learning something new. And that time, if you want to use some previous tables, then we can use it. So in my next module notes, I have used this default test again. In the joins, I have used default test. Then in temporary tables, I have used default test. Then union, all, intersect, except. While learning those clauses, I have used this table names. So if you are creating the same tables, then it will be easy for you to understand that time. Else you will keep on searching. Sir is telling that we created that table in the module 1. Now why am I not getting? Okay. Where is your laptop? In the classroom you forget. You took it back or not? It's still there. Created? Okay, you understood now what is default test? Yeah. So let's come to the next constraint and the last constraint, identity constraint. Okay. So identity constraint will help us in generating identity values for each row of the table. Normally, you cannot insert data into an identity column manually. That means in the when we are using this identity constraint, what we are passing here two values. One is a seed, another is an increment. Seed means starting value. Increment means next value should come after how many steps. Okay. So whenever I'm using this identity constraint to any of the column, then I cannot insert any manual value there. Any value manually I cannot insert. So suppose I'm creating a table called as identity test. In the identity test, I'm passing the first column ID. Data type is a integer, and I'm using here identity constraint. So in the identity constraint, we need to pass two arguments. First one is a seed, second one is a increment. Seed means the very first value. Very first value. So I'm giving the very first value as a 1 and seed I'm giving 1. That means for the first record, it will take ID 1. For the second record, it will take ID 2. For the third record, it will take ID 3. If I use here seed 2, then for the first record, it will take ID 1. For the second record, it will take 3. For the third record, it will take 5. Got it? So this is how this seed and increment works. And then second column, I'm giving here name, followed by the data type varchar and passing the character length as a 100. Okay. I think I already have created this. Okay.
Sir,
No, not created. So this identity test I created. Now, when we use this identity
sir,
constraint, we can,
excuse me.
like largely we use this identity constraint while building billing softwares. Billing softwares. Now, if you see, suppose two people are in a row with me. Like suppose I am having some restaurant. Okay, there are two people lined up. So if the first one got the bill number 121, then second one will get 122. The third one will get 124. Then 125, 126. Now there in that billing software, I cannot manually insert that bill number 127 or 128 because I am giving their identity constraint. So automatically the new bill number is getting generated and that bill number is unique for all the customers. Got it? Yeah. So that means when you go to the mall and you purchase some things, then you will get the print, you will get the bill, and in that bill there will be the order number or customer ID or bill number will be mentioned there. Now that bill number is automatically incrementing by 1111, right? So in that bill number, they will be assigning two constraints. One is a primary key constraint and also identity constraint. Got it? Primary key constraint will make sure that everyone will have the unique bill number, and identity constraint will make sure that it will increment by 1 or 2 or 3 any seed that they want. Even it will be easy for them to keep the record. If suppose your bill number is 1001, that means that shop will also understand that he is my 1001th customer. Means till now I have built 1000 bills I have done. Got it? Yeah. So let's create this table, create table identity test, pass first column ID followed by the data type integer and give the identity constraint here. In the identity constraint, I'm giving seed 1, increment 1. Second column, I'm giving name followed by varchar data type and character length 100. Now let's insert the values. So insert into identity test. Now do I need to insert the IDs manually? No. If I try to insert, it will not take it. Okay. Let's see if what will happen if I try to insert manually. Okay. In the suppose I'm writing here ID. ID and what's the second column? Name. Okay. Name. Now if I try to write select 5, comma Dinesh and here select 6, comma John. It is giving me error. And why it is giving me error? If you read the error, cannot insert explicit value for identity column in a table identity test when identity underscore insert is set to off. That means what we have done here, we have given identity constraint and we have passed seed and increment value. So that's why we cannot insert any value manually here in this ID column. Got it? Now let me insert like this, insert into identity test. Now I don't need to insert the values in the ID. So I'm taking only column name called as name. And I'm inserting the first as a Dinesh and second value John. And now if I execute, 2 rows affected. And if I view my identity test column, execute, ID1 is assigned to the Dinesh, ID2 is assigned to the John. Okay. Now even if I want to insert some more values here, I can do it. Insert into, suppose instead of Dinesh, I'm inserting here Suresh and John, let me insert it other Smith. And let me execute this. It executed. Now if I view my identity test column or the table, then you can see this 3 and 4 is automatically assigned to the Suresh and Smith. And why is it getting assigned? Because we are giving this identity constraint to this ID column. Got it? So remember the second sentence here. We cannot insert data into identity column manually. So here we tried to insert manually, but we got error. Got it? Yeah. So create this identity test table, try inserting these values and understand what's going on.
Sir, here union is must, sir. Sir,
Online students,
sir,
because of this, just a minute. Can you post your doubt in the chat? Because I have connected to the projector. Project is at the ceiling, and I'm not able to hear you. Please post your doubt in chat. Okay, till then create this, everyone. Nothing, okay. Is union must to add in the command? Yeah. Why union is must to add in the command? What union does? It will combine the rows and union will make sure that all the values are uniquely inserted. Okay. So if you don't want any duplicates to be inserted, then you can write the union. If you want duplicate values to be inserted, if you are passing any, then we can write union on. Got it? But when we are using select method to insert the values, it is mandatory to use either union or union all. When we will use union? When we don't want to print duplicate values or when we don't want to store duplicated values. And union all will take all the values that we are passing. It will not check whether these values are duplicated or not. But writing this union or union all is mandatory when we are inserting data by using select method. Yeah. We will work like that select star from table name union all select star from second table name. So when we are executing that, then we can combine both two tables. Even if the table 1 is having one Dinesh, table 2 is having one Dinesh, it will combine and it will write one Dinesh twice when you are using union all while combining two tables. When we are using union, then it will write only once one and Dinesh. Okay, done for all. Shall you go ahead? Shalini, your doubt is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So everybody knows how to retrieve the data. Now, if this is the employee table that we have created, right? So if I write alt plus F1, if I executed, where is the F1? I will get the metadata about this employee table. How to get the metadata? Select the table name, press alt plus F1 or write sp underscore help followed by the table name. Okay, this is the metadata. Okay. Now, if I want to retrieve the details from my table, then there are some certain ways. If I want to view my complete table with all the rows and all the columns, then I can write select star from employee and execute. You can see I got all the rows and all the columns. Okay. Now, suppose instead of all the columns, if I want to view only employee first name and employee last name, then what can I write here? Select, then I will write the column names. Okay, so employee first name, comma, employee last name from table called as employee. Okay, so if I run this, then I got only employee first name and employee last name. So this is how we can retrieve the data. If I am writing star, star will take all the columns and all the rows. Okay. If I want to view only some specific columns, instead of using star, I can use that column names. Suppose I want salary column also. Then I will add here salary column and then I will select and I will execute. So in the output, I'm getting employee first name, employee last name and the salary. If I want to add address also, then what can I do? After this salary, I will give the column name called as address. Okay. And if I execute this, then you can see address got added. So this is how we can retrieve data from our table. Is there any problem in this? No problem? Okay. Now, by using this star, I can view data for all the columns. By using these column names, I can view data for that particular column, but all the records I can view, right? But if I want to view some specific records only, if I want to view some specific records only, like suppose if I want to view select star from employee, where employee ID is equal to 4. Means what I am to do here, I want to view all the details for that record where employee ID is equal to 4. That means this is my complete table. For example, let me execute this. This is my complete table. And I want to view the record for employee ID 4 only, not for the all 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6. I want to view the records for employee ID 4. Then how can I view it? I can view by using this where clause. I can view by using this where clause. So let's see. I'm taking one example here. Remove this alias name. No worries. So from employee. Select star means it will take all the columns. Okay, so select star from employee. I want to view or I want to filter the records where employee ID is equal to 5. Then I can write like this: select star from employee where employee ID is equal to 5. And if I executed this, then I will get all the records for employee ID 5 only. Now I'm writing here star. That's why I can see all the columns here. Now if I don't want to see all the columns, I will make it comment. And if I want to see, suppose only employee first name and employee last name, then I can select employee first name, comma employee last name from employee table where employee ID is equal to 5. And if I executed this, then I will get the records for employee ID 5, only first name and only last name I'm getting here. Got it? Now, when I'm using this select command means I am just viewing for that instance only. It is not getting stored anywhere. Is it getting stored? No. Is it making any changes in my table? No. The table is already present there, employee table. I am just writing this query to view my data. So this is not getting stored anywhere. Got it? Yeah. So let me make it as a comment and let me view for all. Star means all. So this where employee ID 5 will give me the record for which? For employee ID 5. Okay. Now suppose I want to view the records where employee first name is equal to John. I will simply write select star from employee where employee first name is equal to John. If I executed this, then I will get all the records wherever employee first name John is present. Got it? So in nutshell, I'm telling you that if you want to fetch some specific records, then we can use this where clause. To filter the records, we can use this where clause. Now in the third example, what am I doing? I'm fetching records for these three employee IDs, 1, 2, and 5. So when we are passing more than one employee ID, then we can write this in. When we wanted to fetch records for one employee ID, then what we wrote here? We wrote is equal to. So now I want to fetch all the records for employee ID 1, 2, and 5. Then I can write select star from employee where employee ID in 1 to 5. So if I execute it, then I got the records where employee ID is 1, 2, and 5. Okay. In the next example, I want to view the records where employee first name is John and Dinesh. Then I will write employee first name in John and Dinesh. Okay, so when we want to fetch records for the multiple, then we will write in. For the one, we will write is equal to. Got it? So I got all the records where employee first name is John and Dinesh. Now Dinesh is not present here, so I'm not able to view any record for the Dinesh. Now next, in this third, what am I doing? I'm going to view all the records for employee ID greater than or is equal to 3. So if I executed this, then you can see 1 and 2 is omitted because 1 and 2 is less than this 3. And I'm trying to view the data where employee ID is equal to greater than or is equal to 3. So it started with the 3 till 10. Same, less than or is equal to 3, what will it do? It will fetch the record for employee ID 1 and employee ID 2. Then where employee ID, this means not equal to. This means not equal to. In SQL, we are having two symbols for not equal to. One is this exclamatory mark and is equal to. This also means not equal to, and this also means not equal to. So these are the two symbols that are used for not equal to operators. Okay. So if I executed this, then what will happen? It will give me all the records except employee ID is equal to 3. So if I executed this, then you can see it omitted the records for employee ID 3 and it's giving me for the all employee IDs. Got it? So like this, not equal to 3 will give me the same records. Then greater than 3 and address is equal to India. So wherever employee ID is greater than 3 and address is equal to India, it will fetch all the records for that, or will fetch all the records greater than 5, or address is equal to India. Not in employee ID means it will exclude 1, 5 and 7 employee IDs record, and it will print all the remaining records. Between, it will print all the records where employee ID is in between 3 and 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6. So let me execute this. Then you can see, as I have written, where employee ID between 3 and 6. So 3, 4, 5 and 6 are in between 3 and 6. So I got the records for this. Okay. So I will be sharing this. I think already I shared, right? Module 1. So after going home, just open this file and execute this all where filtered values. Next is a distinct. Shall we see it today or shall we see it tomorrow? Tomorrow? Okay, because this like operator is important here. Like and top clause and distinct. So I will complete this distinct. Tomorrow we will learn this top clause and like operator. Okay, and then we will start for the next module 2 joins. Okay, so what this distance will do, as its name indicates, it will help us in retrieving only the distinct values from a table. Distinct means unique values from a table. So select distinct address means in our table, if I view my table, select star from employee. In address, I am having India, US, Australia, right? Canada. So if I write select distinct address, that means it will write India only once, US only once, Australia only once, and Canada only once. And for this address, employee first name, employee last name, and from employee column. So if I executed this, then you can see I got the records. Wait. Let me make it comment. Select distinct address from employee. If I executed this, I got only distinct address. Australia, Canada, India, and null is also there present in the address column. So this is also distinct. If I am having null 4 times, it will write only once because it will select only distinct value. Got it? So this is how this distinct works. Top will helps us in displaying n number of records as per the request. Suppose if I am writing here select top 3, that means it will take top 3 records from this employee table. Okay, so if I executed this select top 3 star from employee, then it will give me top 3 records only. Got it? If I write here top 5, then it will give me top 5 records only. Got it? If I write here top 10, it will give me top 10 records. Got it? So this is how this top command works, or the top clause works. Top clause will give us, or it will display us n number of records as per the request. But we need to write how many number of records before the star. Even star means it will show us all the columns, right? So top 3 star from employee. So it has given us top 3 records for all the columns. Now I don't want all the columns. I want only employee first name and employee last name. And I can write here employee first name. Okay. Now if I executed this, it will give me, oh, just a minute. Okay, the thing is that I think we can take this top 3 or top 3 with the star only. Okay, we cannot fetch for particular columns. Then if you want to fetch for particular columns, then we can write where employee ID is in between 1 and 3, or where employee ID in 1, 2, 3, so that we can view the first top 3 records for some selected columns. Okay. Even I can filter them. If I want to view the top 3 records from employee where address is equal to India, then it will give me top 3 records for address is equal to India. Got it? Yeah. So this is how it works. I will be sharing this module 1 file with you. So after going home, please go through that. Tomorrow we will learn this like operator. Like operator is very much important. Many times we will be using this type of letter when we will work in the industry. Okay, and then we will jump on joins. So that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay, thank you so much.